Good evening, everybody. I'm the Sith Trader. Welcome to another ForceSweep trading live stream. Remember, trading features involves risk is not suitable for everybody. Everything that I talk about here today is just my opinion and not a direct trade recommendation. New York session here. Let's get rid of that. While we're waiting for this 10-minute opening range to open up here, New York session today was a wild one. We had FOMC minutes come out. Our rate decision came out. No dropping of that interest rate. So Fed signaling for maybe a little bit more hawkish stance. If we think a rate hike is coming because of inflation, the market obviously it was plenty of time to raise rates before December. The market thinking the Fed was going to be dropping rates, and of course starting to price that out. There's been a little bit of, I think, a heavier tone under the market tonight. We'll see. But you'd see the Asia session last night was rather bullish. London was sideways inside of Asia. And then that New York session there was an expansion lower. Asia's probably going to be within the New York session here, but we will see how this market continues to trade. Negative CVD on the open so far. A little bit of a move lower for the time being. Get the chart all squared up here. $30,161.50 is the highs. 30,096 is the lows. About a 60-point opening range. Welcome, everybody. Love to see it kind of break back above the VWAP and dance around it a little bit, and then take a range. That's usually the thing I like to see the most. It doesn't have to, but you know how these things go, or maybe don't. Not much noise support again until the lows of the NYSE session down here at 29,922. Anchored or the VWAP from the New York session there at their destination, say up around 30,300, and highs of the New York session above that there at 30,520. So there's a big range for us to play in tonight, or for the market to play in. This is where we have one more ForceSweep here before the weekend. If we do have a holiday on Friday, I won't be streaming on Thursday night either. No. There you go, Ice Strong. Don't go too wild with it, because evals, it doesn't hurt to maybe build up a little buffer sometimes. But, yeah, if you try to just, use a solid 1 lot, trying to shoot for $400 a day, that's usually okay for 50K, but I still tell people micros are kind of the way to go, and with this volatility, even on a 50K account, because, you can still make $200 or $400 a day trading micros, and have a way less risk on the table. But hey, yeah, Oliver, yeah, it's one day. Obviously, it does not a, Right, there we go. We're back above that VWAP. I know why. I like seeing that type of choppy price action here. Whoa. Okay, that's pretty... I would be kicking the wall if I took a month of passing eval, but I like your mentality. I'm never going to tell people to not take it slow, because there's too many people out there telling you to YOLO all the time, and that's insane. We have 4 minutes to go to this opening range. Figures itself out. Let's see. I would not be surprised to see this consolidation. Basically, this bounce since lows of the New York session to kind of continue. But that's just opinion. But we're gonna have a clean setup here for the ForceSweep tonight. I've never heard Alpha is trash. They're one of the more prominent out there. I don't know. I think some of the rules can be tough, like the 1 minute trading rule, and stuff. But yeah, SoCal, and you're trying to make some changes, right, to become more of a full-time trader. I think that's the smart thing to do. It's all about how much you don't give back. On their Alpha Trader platform. Gotcha. Yeah, I don't know about their platform. I still go for TradeAvate products because I can log in with Ninja Trader and Copy Trade. That's why I do that, right? Who are these people? God, I swear, some of these people on Twitter just need to go outside and touch grass more. It's hysterical.
Kids screaming in the cradles, profanities. I see the world through ice covered in ink and bleach. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. Take my eyes open to force reality.
Nice. Let's freaking go, Mo Atlas. I mean, it's simple, it's mechanical, and the idea is to give everybody that simple mechanical ideology. There's definitely, this system. You still got to use your head, right? Yeah, buddy. Alright, 10-minute opening range is set. It's looking like it's trying to break it right away to the upside. Let's see what happens. It's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. Hold your breath and feel the tension. Devils hide behind redemption. Honesty is a one-way gate to hell. I want to taste consumption. Breathe faster to waste oxygen. Hear the children sing aloud. It's music till the wick burns out. Be carefree, late.
just tripping on day. Dreams got dirty little
Well, I'm not counting this as a break of that 10-minute opening range just yet.
around the nursery and
I need to see that close above. I'd be more than happy to wait for this thing to chop up a little bit more. Waiting for that quality setup not to force anything. Now, of course, we pop the top tier. I'm gonna be going for it. Okay, here we go. Now I'm gonna be considering this a break. Well, effectively got to close above. Usually ones are always a little hesitant though, but now we're pushing through a little bit. We spent time on both sides of the opening range of the VWAP too. The initial pressure was lower than back above. Would like to see one more time below before the break, but you know, I'm not going to try too much here. The 198 ticks wide, so better be mindful of that. Just, I'll be right there. Right there, buddy. At 229 wide. So, you know, I hate these ones where the risk is beyond the lows of the day. That VWAP's gonna rise rather quickly though. With the Did you guys hear me? Is the audio still weird? Interesting. It did walk away with the headset on my head, but might have got away from the computer.
you stole my heart of gold after my silver soul. Can you dig any deeper now?
CVD is positive.
I gave you all I own.
Starting the day off with a little bit of a bid. But with the daily parrots on this chart too. 207 ticks wide now on the whole ForceSweep setup. Kind of coming back a little bit. We'll see what happens. It's just squeezing forever tonight. You 103 ticks wide now. Or to change out the going to change out my ATM strategy. Do a 200 tick one for me. I need to add in that whole strategy I've been talking about to my ATMs. The idea that when we get to 50% of the target, you trail to stop up to lock in at least 30% of gains. But see, I'm probably going to be coming down here shortly to test into this view up any minute. Looks like they're creeping on back. Yeah, Juneteenth on Friday, observe. I don't know if I'll do we'll do a session tomorrow night. Then actually bring up the CME. Holiday schedule. Let's take a look. Juneteenth, equity indices, Wednesday, normal. Alright, so I guess they do simply close on Friday. Maybe tomorrow night I will have one. Maybe. Bro, new highs of the day here. Man, they're really squeezing up tonight. Let them settle down a little bit here. Not sure which one you're referring to, High Strong, but on the trade yet. Nope. No, does not matter. I've seen 400 tick-wide, trades work. Volatility is relative. Average true range and everything adjusts with volatility. Markets, as they become more volatile, risk gets bigger, you simply size down. We're not going to take a big full E-mini on this, take a micro or a couple micros instead. If 200, 300 ticks is too much. There's definitely things to consider, but how big it is isn't necessarily one of them. Yeah, I mean, if it goes one full move in the orb, right, you are starting to get into maybe its own dynamic of a trade. I haven't back-tested that, though. The orb out there. That is something I am curious to backtest, though. One thing I do notice is that when the opening range and the orb line, there's usually a good reaction. And by the way, a move like this, I might just scalp out of it and take 20 points, you know. If you see me trade these things, I don't just sit in them anymore. I usually manage the risk accordingly. And this is just going. I mean, we may not have a setup tonight because this setup has to happen in the next 90 minutes or so anyway. To 90 minutes to 2 hours. $316 ticks wide. Oof. Oof. Getting big, folks. Well, some people are here to be right and more, and others are here to be make money. So I'll say to that, locale. And usually the two do not align for success.
We are forever learning, one step at a time. As long as the world is turning, I'll be by your side. We'll keep the fire burning, I'll never see you hurt. You know I can't explain it in a way of words. We both know that you'll understand, and you'll see if you take my hand, then I'll go out
Here comes the dip, it looks like.
for you. I'll go out of my own way.
You know, a little smaller as we speak. The market simply shifts. 50-minute candles are pretty bullish. I mean, CBD still looks good. This dip is not straight down. It's kind of still hovering. Alright, 82 ticks wide at this moment. Be mindful of that, trade micros. Right, this is a pretty big one. Don't need to risk everything in a massive trade setup like this. To 80 wide now. For those that are new to the concept, we start off with the 10-minute opening range. When that opening range breaks in a certain direction, that gives us our directional bias. Therefore, we use the anchored session VWAP, which is a white line in the chart, as the entry price. We target the new high in the day, in this case because of the long, because we broke out of that opening range higher. Stop is simply 1-to-1 risk. In this case, it's 280 ticks to that target area, so we're going to use 280 ticks as stoppage. That's it. As simple as it gets. At least one of these setups usually trades a day. taking its sweet time, that's okay. Waiting for a capitulated slide down into the VWAP. Yeah, I mean, it works for pretty much any conceptual range that you want to break. I just happen to do the GLOBEX. I use a 15-minute opening range on the New York session, and I've seen it on I look back on the London, but I don't trade the London. But anywhere you can find a conceptual range in the market. What it breaks, setting an anchored VWAP from the lows or highs that it broke from, and using that as a level to trade from. Don't have time now because it's kind of coming back towards us, so I gotta focus on getting a fill in this one. But yeah, seems like a great thing to go back and back test now that you conceptually know the idea. Or I would say to that, with the 15-minute opening range for the New York session, show you here real quick, right here. It was not a good example. That's the 15-minute opening range. It broke higher, then it broke lower, but conceptually it came back to test this red line, which is the New York session VWAP. We go back to prior day. Here. Like here's the 15-minute opening range, breaks higher, and then it trades it, and ultimately goes higher. The heck's my I'm done here. So here's your New York Open. So this is your first 15 bars. That's the 15-minute opening range. Broken higher. The red line, which is the anchored VWAP from the start of the New York session, and up it goes. You gotta be literally more on your feet than on your toes during the New York session because it's honestly quicker, faster. You immediately lulled to sleep right now, right? Because we wait for this market to pull back. 40 points into this level, right? Like 50 points. It's almost hard to stay awake sometimes during the Asia session. Just kind of wanted to shoot down, trade all and go straight up, right? I will say this, if it does push through to new highs, I'm not certain we'll get one tonight, but kind of feel like it's been a squeeze, but I'm not going to force a trade here in Asia either. Tomorrow's a long day. Post FOMC day, so usually it's a little clearer trading. Sort of 61.6 wide, so it's narrowing up a little bit. We're having to adjust. We're to adjust my stuff a little bit less. Dang, we're up at 1 in the morning watching me. MVP award over here, yes. Or TXBT. Yeah, so I wouldn't. I mean, if we like whip out of highs, you know what I mean? If we just go touch highs and come back, that's a different story for sure. I'll tell you what, I'd almost rather have it almost be 1 a.m. than have 2 little rugrats running around outside their office giggling and laughing right now. My 2 kids, 4-year-old and an 18-month-old, and now 19-month-older. Maybe it's almost 20 months. Either way, there's 2 in September, so carry the 2, whatever. They're 2 wild and crazy guys, and I have a 3rd son on the way. Oh, man. Be a lot of fun in my house. I'm not complaining, by the way. I love being a dad. It's the single most rewarding experience of my life. It's driven me to be a better trader, better person. Nobody praying right there from all. They're full of here and there, my Alice. I am there to grab my raviolis. They're all cooked up already, so I'll be back in a minute. But either in the very other session as in the Great Ball Fight by Breakout by. May I actually have some email that wouldn't mind taking that in, but I'm tempted. This is not an official Sith trade. I just took it in 2 evals. I have some backup. You're taking in the evals, right? Yeah, thank God. Oops. Of course, I'm going to sit here wishing I took it in all my accounts. If it works. If I don't need 200 to convert it. Oh, it's not going at all. It's just 48, so yeah, 3150 is appropriate. Really, my stop will come up to 4150 here real soon, if it can go.
Invincible.
I'm not taking this trade. I just got it in most of my accounts. I'm taking in 2 evaluations right now, and I would not advise other people taking it. I'm not leaving yet, man. I will call it out if it's that. Although, I'm not gonna lie, I wish my wife would go into labor. We've been waiting patiently here. The third is taking his sweet time. What if that's gonna be a character trait with this kid? I got into this little trade on a couple evals just so we could, get stopped there. He'll come down and fill the rest of us. My God, this market is slow. Stops coming up to 40.75. I knew an older trader who swore, like, if he got into a position and he was long, he said he would always, like, in these long, like 10 contracts, he'd be like, I'm going to sell one here just so the market will go up. He would downsize one just to, like, thinking, it totally did not make sense, right? But then, especially in these situations where we're trading sim funded, I'm not trading any live accounts right now. So none of these orders are actually in the order book. There's no liquidity hunting for me. Or for many of us. That's them come up to break even. I trail my stuff up to 52 quarter here if we could push a little higher. Excuse me, 52.75 now. I'm on a 100 tick chart on Ninja Trader. Basically trailing to the lows. But each candle could when these is turned over, it'll probably just come back down. In fact, it could come all the way down to the VWAP still, and I would anticipate it, but hey, I got a little quick little, I don't know, maybe $100 locked in here, not even, not even 5 points. And no, there's $80 locked in. Like you said, SoCal, maybe it's got pop at top. There it is. Took me out. Let's see if it pulls all the way back there. Because that should have kind of just gone. Still can, but better turn on all my accounts now. Might I want to take this trade? That would have been silly if I forgot to then actually put the orders back in for the actual trade I want. Then we're back to hunting out that VWAP. Which, because we made no new high, we dragged the VWAP up, and it's tightening up now to 248 ticks. Yeah. Oh, it's gonna go. It's on the, when you look at the 12 EMAs on a 1 minute chart, Nico, or are you looking at the tick chart? Both period EMA. I'm assuming on the 1 minute. Yeah. Interesting, the MNQ did and the NQ didn't. I wonder if that's a little double top then here. I would not be surprised if it is. Like, it's like they whipped, on the micros with the bigs can't, like, I wonder if that's a sign that we're gonna do a little top here. Or not. Or we continue on through, but hey, their wishes to a lady, well, Trader. Well. Is that a new high? Excuse me. Well, no, not yet. Still no new high. In fact, it hasn't even traded 59 yet. Oh. But it feels like a high of the day indicator here. That. Not the thing I thought it would be. I might just have to make one. Third day. There you go. Boom. Ah. Cool. Third day open night low. Boom. I mean, it's struggling to push there. I mean, obviously, I mean, they're obviously struggling to push the rear. I don't know what that means. I would view this as a bit of a double top right now. Doesn't change much about what I see or what I want to do with the chart. Waiting for that VWAP to come back and past 39 wide. All it's doing is decreasing the risk on the trade. And the target, I suppose. Almost up to bidding 30,200. In fact, that's probably where I would put my order.
Show you
A little bit of a double top on the day right now. That VWAP down near around 30,200 now. Let's see. $234 ticks wides, tightening up a little bit more. My general post entry trade methodologies when we approach back to about 50% of that target. Interesting, you can't actually pick. It's weird. Okay, whatever. The general risk management strategy I use for this, we'll see, is that when we get back to about 50% of the target, I start locking in, trying to lock in gains. I'll lock in more aggressively than that, but we'll see. It still has to come down and enter the front. Give us entry of the VWAP, so that hasn't happened yet. Is that right? A little bit of a head and shoulders pattern now. Shoulder, right shoulder, neckline's gonna be down near 20,230. Would unwind down into this congestion area that support aligns with our VWAP, so we'll see. But none of that matters, of course, because we are looking for this pullback into the VWAP to get into our ForceSweep long. Tonight's not looking like a night that it wants to actually give this to us. Much prefer the nights where we can sit down for a half hour and be in a trade for 5 minutes like last night, right? That's the type of trade we're looking for. Yeah, I mean, at some point you gotta call it, you know. Come back tomorrow. Stay out one more full trading day before the long weekend. I'll roll it over a little bit here. Yeah, well, they'll fall asleep too hard. It looks like we're coming down for that gap. For that VWAP now. See what happens here, folks. Look alive. Stay alive. Seriously, maybe we could be more tired for SS14X in the future. Just, you know, bring that Sandman to every live stream. Just be careful what I wish for. But I'm on this trade yet and it hasn't worked out, so. Kind of crazy. Tell me y'all, specifically the Europeans in this group, you guys can literally go out to dinner, go out to a club, have a good night and come home sometime after midnight and sit down for this with me. That is so fucking crazy. Alright, we don't really want to see this push back up to, 250. But 245-ish, it's going to fill this, because if it does, it's probably going to go through the highs again. And this seems like some more chop, kind of finding the high for now. But I'm still anticipating that pullback. These 50-minute candles aren't too convincing that for continuation right now. But of course, as I say this, we're just starting to expand. Oh man, I tell you, everything can be the most frustrating and rewarding experience of your life. It also be the worst experience of your life if you're not careful, but perfect reach on you now. Did again another little bull flight. I'm tempted to say it. It won't be. If again, it looks more kind of like a head and shoulders pattern. Neckline down here.
You were the one for me. No point in blaming you, you did not know. Oh, I thought you were the one for me. That's why I give you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, I'm gonna do this on my own. No point in blaming you, you did not know. Oh, I'm gonna do this on my own. No point in blaming you, you did not know. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I give you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me.
Yeah, I like anything that makes us money. Right now I'm hating this. 213 wide, getting a little narrow for us. Risk is becoming a little bit more appropriate for what I like to risk in a trade. But man, this is taking its time, huh, folks? What I don't love is look at CBD right now. CBD has kind of been under the gun here. It is collapsing. It's about halfway back already, and the market's still up at highs. Which is definitely a signal a pullback is coming, or due, or, you know. Of course, that can change dramatically if we all of a sudden run up and explode their highs on decent volume, and it attracts more buyers chasing. And those buyers enter the book and shift that book. But right now, we'll see. We're an hour and 15 minutes into waiting for this thing, and only going to give it about that much more in time. But something to develop. Boy, oh boy, it keeps pushing and trying to make new highs. Any other session of the day would be taking that long. Darn. New high of the day. Maybe just needed to pop the top before it comes on down. Look. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to go in today the way this is trading, honestly. We will see. New highs of the day again. Damn. Well, tonight might not be the night. If I'm being perfectly honest with everyone. I would never trade a CFD for anything personally. I can't comment on the difference, but yeah, CFD price is always going to be different than your actual underlying future because you're dealing with dealer spreads, but offers that are off the NASDAQ order book. Generally, the concept is still going to play out, but you know, you run the risk of getting wicked and price action not matching, you know, exactly. That's just a fact of CFDs because they're not the same contract. They're not the same order book. But conceptually, it should work. You just have to be. I mean, I'm sure you could throw up the VWAP on those levels, you know. So you'll see where the same stuff is. I mean, but you kind of answered your own question, right? If price action differs on the thing you're trading, then you're not getting the same system. I used to run an algorithmic and automated trading desk, and I automated everything on futures for a long time. I've moved away from automation because all automation ends up doing is having you sit there managing automated trades all day and making the decision of when to turn them on and off. They end up doing the same shit anyway. There's no such thing as true automation. Like no real set it and forget it type idea. Doesn't exist. In fact, you shouldn't want it to exist. Because enough will go wrong when you automate and let the computer take over. That you need to be there to fix things when it goes awry. Yeah, well, you know, this is kind of just running off without us. Probably going to be a bit before it trades back into it, so you ready to be comfortable, or I don't know, I'm thinking about reducing risk at this point using micros because frankly this keeps going. He's got an Asian session runner. Yep, you're going to find that with automation, and that's probably because your backtested results or whatever you developed the backtest with cannot be used for forward trading. There's too many nuances, and I couldn't get into all of them, but One good example is like in a back test. A single candle might break above and below a line just once. Let's use this break of the day. Right here, this high, the green line on the chart. And there's a break into a new high of the day. In this 100 tick candle, it very likely, could have gone above it, come back below, gone above it, come back below, and then closed up here. And you didn't see those 2 or 3 times it transversed that line. And if your study was to buy the breakout of that or something, or have a stop at that level, or I don't know, all of these things. The fact that inside that candle, the market might have moved around a bunch, and your strategy only sees it in a backtest as one time through, that can alternately differ from a live price action. And backtest are results, because you can't see what happened inside of a candle in backtesting. Not really, not without tick data. But if you're doing backtesting with tick data, that means you've got hundreds of gigabytes of space on your computer and some pretty sweet CPUs running to handle that data load for a true robust backtest. So, yeah, automation is genuinely just not the totally different ballgame, is what I'm getting at. Well, this is starting to get pretty darn big. I'm at the point of probably switching over to micros for a trade of this size. Because, hey, even on one micro at 321 ticks right? $160 trade, I don't make $400 or risk $400 in this trade. I should take 3 micros. Yeah, it'd be great to make 1,600, but I'm not going to risk an entire drawdown on a mini. Yeah, SXT, S4TXV, I might call it here soon too. This one just kind of got away from us. And in the question earlier about have I ever backtested the whole idea of 1 standard deviation of the opening range, no, but I have eyeballed the fact that when it does what it just has done now, once we pull back, the pullback is so extreme that, we may want to go test lows of the day at that point. And, the reason I say this is because now the distance between here and our entry and then, to lows of the day is, it's already fallen back so far. So, yeah. Like I said, I'm switching over now to making these all micros. I do take this trade. We probably stick around for another hour or so. But like I said, at this point, if the kind of pullback is gonna $324 ticks. That's, four times my normal. Four times my normal risk. So, there's that. Could the trade work? Sure. Yet, it's getting to be about the time I have to go give my kids baths. They will bathe small humans. Make them stop stinking from the day. Actually, I kind of like this reversal right now in the Bitcoins. I'm going to pull back a little bit, but we'll see. I got a lot on my chart. You know, we need to worry about it. Wow, we're just slowly but surely doing nothing. Okay.
In the sky, gazing far into the night, I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you.
Well, this is getting to be a really, really fun night, huh? Yeah, I'm kind of thinking the same thing here, SoCal. Like, if this isn't a pullback right now, and we don't start like a serious pullback, I'm probably calling it. I mean, even on the pullback here, like, I'm basically only hoping for a reaction off this level. But I highly doubt I'm going to weigh out a full-on position at this point.
In the sky, gazing far into the night, I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't
Oh man, this is getting obnoxious. Alright, starting to pull back a little bit here, so yes, I'm sticking around. I find
God that the brothers on the rise now. Endless celebrations all in my house. Levitating now, I'm super duper fly now. London boy, but DC where I reside now. Put the time in while you always yelling time out. And for quit it, cause I know I'm coming with it. You were sitting, you were wishing I was handling my business. Now I got the ball like Harry Potter playing Quidditch. And my business is humongous, you would think that happens in there. Damn man, I'm all that, yeah, I'm all that. Looking for that whip, yeah, that what you call that. I'ma blow up in the summer, have him yelling fall back. And I've always been ahead like an effing ball cap. Man, I came in the game like, whoa. Got a couple chains on me cause I like gold. They told me I'm the best and I told them I know. Cause when I'm in your town, every ticket I sold. Yeah, they saying I'm the man. Facts, bro. Lot of haters, tell me where they at though. I'm the new pop, all I do is rap though. Want me on your song, throw a couple stacks, yo. Everybody wanna do the same thing. That's why we ain't on the same page. Do my own thing, and I maintain. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. I'm going mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. Yeah, I'm going mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. I'm going mainstream. Mainstream. Flow
I gotta get off X and concentrate on the stupid trade we have on, right? Or not on. Trying to get on. Be nice to just go around, fill us, and straight back up in like a 2 minutes worth of candles. Come on. I can't ever bore you in his dream. There was literally about 100 songs on this playlist. We're almost. Well, thank you everybody for sticking around for as long as this couldn't be taken tonight. I'm not confident we'll get you into the training. I'll tell you what, if we do go through the highs, I'm going to call it for the night. Because it's only an hour and a half. This thing could still technically trade. Yeah. I'm not so certain I want it, because now we're going to be pushing like 2 standard deviation of that opening range, and that is something I'm going to go and back test. You know? At what point do you not want to take this trade anymore? Those are the important things to back test, like how to break your strategy. More so than how to optimize and improve it. If you got an edge, you got an edge. What you want to do is improve your edge by staying clear of the times that suck. Then I'll be the first one to admit that I would not expect outside positive performance when you've traveled further than, when the pullback is bigger in your opening range. kind of defeats the whole concept of what we were trying to do. But it's set up to set up still, so. Swear for the summary. Well, that does seem to be happening. It does seem to be underway. Slowly pulling back here. About 50 points to pull back before it hits into our entry levels, so. Like I said, if it goes up to through highs, again here, I'm probably going to call it. You know, and there's nothing wrong with watching these levels, right? Like, you don't have your order city out there and see if it comes out and stops at it and bounces, or, you know, maybe it dives through and then you wait for a force push, which is the idea that you go below the VWAP in this instance, and then it comes back above, and you get into it when it comes back above. Or did
Stop wasting time. Yeah, I wanna run off and fly. And I tell myself it's fine to be alone. Just to find somewhere that finally feels like home. I hate all this overthinking. The more I swim, the more I'm sinking. Take me to a world of silver. No more heartbreaks, tears, painkillers. Take me somewhere unfamiliar. Bring me back to where we started out. Get me out of now. To where we started out. Get me out of now. To where we started out. Oh no.
Cracky. Cracky.
Well, you guys have convinced me. I've got my Claude AI working on that idea right now, the standard deviation idea. Because we're kind of sitting in that situation, aren't we? I mean, this market is basically already trading beyond one standard deviation, trading like 1.5. Like, I want to see if if that, ends up being the case. We'll see what Claude says. It's 1 minute into thinking on Max Opus. Or we had Fable for a while, but they took it away from us, which is a little disappointing. Yeah, I mean, any of these ideas that people have, shout them out. I can test them, I can throw them in. I've got an entire, really robust suite to back test, and 20 years of data and all the things. Alright, so it's popping back for me. My understanding of your logic, the opening range. Treat this as 1 unit of expected movement, or 1 standard deviation proxy. As the session develops, watch how far the day is expanded. If by the time we enter the AVWAP path, the day's range has already grown to n times the opening range height, the move over extended beat of the entry, no trade that day. Test n equals 2.5 to 3. Let me double check that, yeah. Okay, yeah, so it's telling me that here's the example. If the opening range is 50 points, say 20,050 to 20,100, I asked it to double check the logic I was using, say it back to me kind of thing, so I can read it, make sure it's right. At the 2x setting, the Vita line is 100 points day range. So if by the time the price pulls back to the AV, the session has already traveled, 2040 to 2155, the one genuine fork is how to measure expanded too far. The wording makes this total range double zero or stretch or progress higher. The different,
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways. And on we'll go.
Yes, my little man. I've got my 18-month-old on my lap right now. When me screaming at me to take my headphone off. Well, okay, it's coming off. I'm still around, just let you know what this Claude spits out as we sit here waiting. I mean, we're going to have an answer to this from Claude before it actually trades. I mean, and if this tells me on a, 5-year back test, but, to not take this trade, we're going to call the stream immediately. Not that we're just going to change things on the fly there, but that's a pretty good, indicator for what to not do. I've seen big ones work before. I've seen big ones fail. So, it is what it is. But
there's a distance between us. It's getting hard to reach out. Haven't seen you in seasons.
I mean, there's a good chance it's going to break the highs here and just continue on. And like I said before, we're now 2 hours into the trade. The max I've ever given these trades is 3 hours. So this 2 to 3 hour window is usually where I call it if we haven't made any progress back to the VWAP. Tonight's just going to very likely be a no trade scenario. But while we come back tomorrow night, because we will be open for half day Friday, but I won't trade Friday. So the only shot you have is kind of the Asia session GLOBEX opening range. So we'll see. I'll be trading, if we don't take a trade tonight, I'll definitely be streaming tomorrow morning for the nicely sessions. So join me at 8:30 a.m. It's looking like that's what we're going to do. Let's say go about the profits up here. So I'm just going to go ahead and out on the limb and say thank you everybody for joining me this evening. I'm sorry we didn't get a trade. I mean, they're not all going to be trades to take, right? Just like they're not all going to be winners, and we just got to come back tomorrow for the next one. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to not miss a beat. Really appreciate you all for being here. Of course, check out some of my affiliate codes. Lucid E8, use that code Sith. Alpha Futures, if you're there, give me my unique code already. Come on, guys. But all that being said, we just popped the top. I think I'm going to call it here and make it a night. So have a great night, everybody, and we will be back with you all tomorrow. And as price action develops. Remember, trading features involves risk. It is not suitable for everybody. And everything you see here today was just my opinion, not a direct trading advice. Let me see real quick before I go what it's doing for me. All right, so it's still wiring in that change, but I will definitely be updating people with what that change says. I have a hunch that it's not going to. It want us taking a trade if it's gotten this big and expanded beyond the opening range. I think, before I go, where's my OBS? Hold on. Let me at least go over kind of one idea, right? The concept we're looking for is the break of the 10-minute opening range. And we want to see the market, AJ, and then pullback, and then we want for an immediate move to then continue lives. We just never got that pullback. The pullback was shallow tonight. This was the chance for that pullback to happen, and it just didn't come. And yeah, they're blasting the top. Wow. Definitely am not going to be taking the trade on a pullback now. So, because now you're trading up into yesterday's VWAP. You're trading up into this old congestion zone. Then the highs that we made there from the FOMC, and now you're trading into the area where money flow got short today. Big, strong, smart money got short today up in this area. So, have a great night, everybody. We'll be back with you all tomorrow as price action, but also be sure to spam that like button for me. Subscribe, and we'll be back with you tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. for the nicest session. Have a great night, everyone.